here we are with the Archangel Michael's live. And here we have Peppy. You say something, Peppy? No? Bro? Yes, the Archangel Michael has guts. Oh. Well, I might be a minute late, but that's okay. We will just have to wait to see if anyone comes, I guess. Well, let's see if we can rattle a few cages, eh? Hello, how are you? One person is here, that is good. We haven't started quite yet, but we will shortly with the Lord's Prayer. I wonder if anyone's going to come soon. I better check. Let's have a look. Let's have a look inside you, YouTube. Oh, can't see anyone yet. I wonder if anyone's coming. Oh, there's one person I can see. Hello, hi. How are you? We will start with the Lord's Prayer very shortly. I don't know what I want to do tonight. I don't know whether I want to stay on a long time or a short time. But we will do the Lord's Prayer and we'll go from there. Hopefully some more people will come. And thank you for coming. And like I said, thank you for saying nice things. Aye, that's the best thing that could be said. What have we here? Well, we've got the book of Wolverine. And inside that is some pretty good information. Can't see oh, sorry, I can't understand. But it's all right. As long as you are here, that is good. It seems we have a few people watching. I wonder who they could be. Let's have a check in the Book of Wolverine. Maybe that could tell me. Well, I hope there's no trolls. That's one thing. See, the Book of Wolverine. Wolverine was employed by the government, and they made him stronger so he can hunt down whoever the government wanted him to hunt down. So this book, if you go in this book, well, it's a reverse policy. The government will hunt you down. So I hope we're not trolls. Oh, two popped off. They must have been trolls. Hello, cat. How are you? We are just about to get into the Lord's Prayer. Which is pretty deep. Oh yes, it's very deep, the Lord's Prayer. We had a discussion on the Lord's Prayer before. My first live, yes. With me, yes. Oh, now she's really coming out with the language. I'm sorry, my dear. I would like to understand what you're saying, but I just can't. But I'm sure you will get the gist of what I am about to say, because we're about to do the Lord's Prayer. And once he's in charge of the chat, everything will be fine. Remember that, with God in front of your day, and your day will be fine. He will give you the light and the strength to go through that day. Remember that. It's one of the 7 keys you have to turn. Put God first. And we're about to start. Are you ready? Here we go. I am doing great, family. Thank you for being you. I hope you had a great weekend. Well, yes and no. The kids go back to school soon, so that's good. Well, we're ready for the Lord's Prayer now. Okay. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. Well, now we have God inside the chat. He's in charge. We can sit back and relax now. We can talk about anything now, but we'll see. That felt good. The trolls, they don't like that. Ooh. I don't have any copyright of anyone else, so I don't have to write. I don't have to do the disclaimer. Nothing like that in this chat. Too smart for YouTube. What have I here? Oh, a question. This question is a good question. Now, this is going to seem very strange what I'm going to do, but I love you. Now, that seemed very weird, wasn't it? But you're probably thinking, you don't even know me, so how could I love you? Well, if people can hate you for no reason, why can't someone love you for no reason? And see, we do too much of this in the world. We hate people for no reason at all. You ask the person, you try and make up something, but there's really no reason. You just don't like what they're doing, or like what they look like, or just like them. So why can we not love for no reason? This is what God wants. I will keep on trying to answer this question. What do you think? This guy is me, because it is. I'm the only one you're ever going to get, and you better get used to it. Like I said, you've been lied to and indoctrinated for far too long. So I hope we don't have any of these guys. But thank you. Travis, God bless. Rooted here, God, thank you. Yes, yes. Sometimes I ramble on, cat. So sometimes I might not what's happening. But that's okay. I will go through it and have a quick check to make sure there's no questions. No, it's all good. Well, God's in charge. We can sit back, relax. I wonder what I have here in the Black Death. Well, looks like a bit of revised content, but that's right. Pretty good. And before you go jumping to any conclusions, this is no book of any spells or anything like that. It is from the Folio Society, and it's about the Black Death Plague back in the early times. And it's about how man perceived their mind and the medical knowledge of the time, and how they perceived what it was, and how many times and which direction it come through when it went through Europe. So this is no evil book. This is an educational book, The Black Death. Quite good to read. In fact, the government's mind dealing with that pestilence, the Black Death, is very similar to the way we got dealt with during the pandemic with COVID. How interesting. How very interesting. That is why I had that book around. I recognized it when I started doing it. And I said to my family, I said, they're going to lock the world down. No, 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 no. 3 months later, the world was locked down. I seen it coming a long time ago. And then what did I find out? It was all a scam. And it's coming out more and more how much of it was a scam. I watch your replays. That's good. I thank you. Thank you. As long as you get to watch and a few people like, I don't mind. I wanted to grow, of course. But if I keep trying, I am no failure. And that's one of the keys of life. Remember that. You have to keep trying, or you will be that failure. And that way God works through you. Well, let's us start. We spent the last whole generation and a half now worked out how to make equal opportunity and to empower women. We spent lots of money on doing this. It is a good thing. We're not quite there yet, but we're almost there. But the thing is, if you look back the last 40 years, because it has been 40 years since this full movement has really started to change. The movement's been a long time. That's a given. But the actual change has really started in the last 40 years. And there's been dramatic change. A full turnaround, almost. Almost a little too much. Just a little. But we will get there. But there's one thing that we forgot over those last 40 years, people. And you just have to remember this. This is a very important thing. Because we spent a lot of money, a lot of time making equal opportunity, rearranging workplaces, and making everything like it should be. So everyone is equal, and the women are the same as the men. But somewhere along that way, during that 40 years, not a single cent, not a single second, not a single devotion minute of time was to put in to teach men how to deal with empowered women. Not one. So if you find yourself arguing with men in society about certain things, where was the education? Where was the time? Where was the effort to change these generations of men? Because there's been nothing done for that. There's been a drive to make equal opportunity. There's been a drive to empower women. There's been a lot of money, time, and effort invested over the last 40 years for that. I give it should be more. But the fact of the matter is, not a single cent, not a single second, and not a single moment of time was put towards teaching the men over the last 40 years how they were to deal with this. The same teaching for men has been the same. So you cannot blame some of these men the way they are. We have never been taught. We have never been shown. We've just been yelled at. You think that one? One day we'll get it right. I'm not saying that. I'm just pointing out truth. Unfortunately, but a woman with a voice is by definition a strong woman. But the search to find that voice can sometimes be difficult for women. And I understand this. So it is good when you do find the voice. Oh, it's got darker in here for some reason. My mum's turned off the kitchen light. She's going to bed and finish watching her shows. She gets angry. I say, you have to turn it down because I might get copyright. Oh, I'm watching my shows. I'm watching my shows. It is her house. Like I said, my mum has no problem finding her voice, except now. She's being nice. But she'll tell me to shut up. I'm going to bed. She's Greek. See, the way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you have to put up with the rain. Everyone wants that rainbow life. I do. I can give you the tip. But you got to put up with the rain at the moment. I'm kind of like in the middle of a storm out in the ocean. The wave's so big, I don't know how I'm going to row over them. I don't have a motor. That got chewed up by the sharks. Crazy, but that's how life seems sometimes. But I know God. There's a little light. See, every time I get up to the top of the wave, I see a little light in the distance. And I know that's God. So I'm trying to row towards that. And that's how life can get you sometimes. Sometimes the storms, just a little rain. Like mine at the moment is a hurricane. And I am stuck in the eye. It's not good. But yes, if you want the rainbow, you have to put up with the rain. You've got to put up with the rain and the weather. And don't ask God to move that storm. That's the wrong way to pray. You have to ask Him to give you the strength to go through the storm. Or shine me a light, God, so I can find my way. And then you find your way. And that storm can be everything. Everything in life around you. Then you feel like you've got rainy weather in your life. That's the storm. You have to find your way through it. And God will help you, but He has to work through you. It's just a bit of a clause. If He directly helped you with the powerfulness of His power, it burn you alive and everything around for miles. The success of a good woman should be an inspiration to all other women. So sometimes I will quote my sister Roma. Well, a lot of women won't agree with what she says and what she's done to get where she has. But you have to look at her history and how she's got there is insequential. The woman is successful from an orphan to a successful woman at the age of 27 to have almost $1 million in the bank, a nice $1 million house, popular as hell on the internet, makes money up to $60,000 a month. You know, she's got her life set, all off her own head. No one helped her. That's inspiring. Women should look at that and say, gee, she did it. Even beside all this stuff, even beside all these people telling her what she is not. Because she cops is just as bad as Jaguar, you know, when it comes to trolls. Especially her controversial content, what she does, being a man activist for men's rights. She cops it like you wouldn't believe. Probably why she doesn't help me so much, because she's dealing with her own. Oh, here's a good one. Feminism isn't about making women stronger. Women are already strong. It's about changing the world's way it perceives that strength. And that's what comes with this education with men. Why, hello there, good sir. Yes. Neapolitan Bonaparte. Oh. Why, there you go. We've got Mr. Bonaparte in the building. Hello, how are you? You go back earlier into the chat, you will see that I have done the Lord's Prayer. And it might make your day better. Culture installs women for striving to become your bosses and individualism. That's all right. But they've got to learn that they have to teach the girls that there has to be also men bosses as well. See, there has to be the equal opportunity thinking in both parts. And there hasn't been that. There's just been, we tell you, you can be the boss, you can be the champion, and you can always be the leader. But you can't tell them that, you've got to tell them that everyone else has got a chance of being that, whether they're man or female or whatever. The education has been wrong. We need to change a little bit of the education. We need to get it right. And that way, the tension will come down. See? It's as simple as this, really. I will show you. This is knowledge from 65,000 years ago. So I say it's the nature knowledge, it's the law knowledge. And it's not so much how we do things now, but I will teach you. And I'm sure that if you can understand in the relationship way, you'll understand what I mean. It has to do with the tactics. Aboriginal chopsticks. These are proper ones. Been properly tuned. They're not just burn marks. They're sound marks. The sound comes out. This one is a female. And this one is a male. See how the lines are thicker? The lines are thinner. He's got his end chopped off. And she has more like a teeth. It's a male stick and a female stick. Now, man is not allowed to have the right hand of God, which we use wrong. We use that hand every day. So we're using God's name in vain. Because the right hand, this one, belongs to God. So, life must go in there. And who is the bearer of life? The women. And the men must be the protector of it in the left hand. Now, when it comes to a relationship, the same as with these sticks. You can put the female one onto the male one because it sounds right. But you can't put the male one onto the female one because it sounds wrong. Okay? So the woman can be in charge of the relationship when it comes to a man and a woman's relationship. But she can do it like this. Go to work. Come here. Give me a kiss. We've got to do some shopping. But as you know, when you put two sticks together and you rub them, so when the woman's on the man or on the partner, and she's riding, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Oh, it's going to cause a friction. And if that friction is enough, what happens between two sticks? You get a fire. And then you have a fire between your relationship. That's when you have an argument. So relationships are supposed to work where the woman is generally supposed to be in charge. She can tell the man what to do. This is the real law. We changed it around. Man changed it around, put himself in charge, ruined the circles of life. You need to get it back to the right way. We don't have it that way no more. It's always had it like this. You know? That's just the way it is. But if you do, if you don't understand that, if you understand the rubbing in any relationship between two people, when anyone riding them, you can tell people, you can argue, you can't hit. Okay? The stronger one can't hit the weaker one. As simple as that. And vice versa, you can't hit. Just remember, rub those two sticks in that relationship together, you're gonna get a fire. It's pretty simple. That's 65,000 years old, that knowledge. It should still be taught today. And it is, but not much. These laws and that were built and made to sustain life for 65,000 years. That sustained my people's lives. Then the colonization came, and they realized that we disprove a lot of theories about man and where we evolved from. They tried to wipe us out. Charles Darwin would prefer we was gone, us and the Inuits. We disprove a lot of theories, the ways have been taught in education. And as long as we exist, we can disprove that education and those theories. But we have no voice. We're not even recognized as a people. We had a yes referendum. What a farce that was. I saw a golden ticket for us, for the whole of the country, and especially my people. That was a golden ticket. I saw a twinkle in my eye. But no, they robbed us. And now we have no placing. Oh, we might get benefits. We might get people say, oh yes, Aboriginal this and Aboriginal that. But you look on the paper, we don't exist. We're not even recognized. You look at all the flags around the world. Do you see the Aboriginal flag? No. They only put that up to make themselves look like they're not racist. But Australia is the most racist country on the earth. It was built on racism. And it runs freely today. Oh yes, you can come from America if you're black. You can come from Africa if you're black. You'll be treated fine for a little while. You'll be treated better than the Aboriginal people. Aboriginal people are treated like dogs in our own country. We are the most degraded people on the earth. We have no say. We asked for a native title. They went to their federal courts. They ran it through a Mabo decision and realized, well, by the laws and the rules of the land and laws of sale, we have to give this land back to these people. That's the law. Now, when you have a democracy, you have the government, the people, and the judiciary, the law. They're supposed to be three separate entities. Now, the law makes sure that the government can't have full control, or that's a dictatorship. The people need to have the government open and clear so they can see what's going on and what they're doing. And the judiciary is supposed to sit there and balance and weigh up things and see what law applies. But it doesn't happen like that. Our countries, America, Australia, which are supposed to be democracies, run like dictatorships. Okay? That justice, that lady of justice, does she not have a blindfold? You know what that represents? As long as they have that, you can walk into any court in any land, anywhere in the world that has that. And technically, anything that's visual, anything that's on a camera, anything that you've got filmed, you can ask to be dismissed as not evidence at all. Well, how are you supposed to be getting justice when that judge is supposed to be blind? Did you understand that one? Because we do not function this way. The judge does what the government tells it to do. The government keeps the judge in control because it owns the licensing department. If you want to do judgery and want your license, you better do as we say. And when we ask the government to be clear with the people as a democracy is supposed to function, the government are a shut door. It is the people that are being clear. We are the one that get the censuses. We are the one that has to give our information. We have to tell them how many hairs are on our asshole. We have to give our fingerprints. We have to give our DNA. We have to give every single part of us and open ourselves up like a complete book while the government stays shut like a safe. You see how society is being reversed completely around the way a democracy is supposed to be? Do you not realize that you've been fooled? That your governments during the pandemic, all they did was strengthen their laws over you and increase the CCTV cameras by 1,000-fold. During the pandemic, you had the incident over in America where you had the Black Lives Matter. We tried to have a, we tried to have a rally over here, Aboriginal people, about Black Lives Matter during the COVID. Everyone else was allowed to march and protest about anything, about the war over there on Gaza, about everything like that. Everything was about to be carried on about, except Black Lives Matter. They made an exemplary law. Oh, if they march on the street, we'll arrest every single one of them. I told you, we live in the most racist country on the planet. Black lives don't matter down here. They want to wipe us out. So, in America, you've got it very lucky. Very lucky. Extremely lucky. They carry on about racism. You've got no idea. But that's just the way the world is. That's just the way it is. Unfortunately, your mom's new husband, we all did. I noticed that for sure, yes. Yes. And my own dog. No, I don't. I know. Well, yes, sometimes I don't read what's going on. I just like to get my message out. But I had a quick read. Well, I got that little bit of an outburst out. I don't mean to be angry. I don't mean to offend anyone. But I will point out the truth. And people don't like the truth sometimes. You know, they just don't. No matter how much you try. Well, there's been a bit of a pattern I have noticed with Golden. Now she's determined to tell people about the knowledge, and it is good. But it seems like she's got a bit of affinity towards men, and I have to investigate that because that sort of thing can create more division than bringing together. I get accused whether I'm violent towards women. Well, I mean, the content that she's talking about, those men are bad men, but it just seems a bit too much on the one subject. But maybe that's what she's heading towards. I'd like to find that more clearer. And when I get the chance, I'll look at my emails, which I don't do every day. I don't know. I'm not really into technology like everyone. I've got a life. I've got a mission. I've got to do things. I can't be doing all this all the time. Sometimes I just forget. It was only a year and a bit ago that I actually got into all this. Before that, it was just a phone to me, message, call. That was it. I didn't do any of this. I was working. This was all my partner's stuff. She used to do all this for me, and then she passed from cancer. Well, although I can stop praying, I can't take it away. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But yes, I have the ability to take pain away. It's one of the things that I have. In fact, I don't really use it because if I do show it, people freak out and people want to know how I do it. So, if too many people want to know, we'll end up getting to the government and then they'll want to know. But they already know. This is the trick. This is the thing. People don't believe me. I can ramble on this. People think I'm crazy. But the government knows what they are not. The government knows what I can do. The government knows who I am. The government knows who I am chasing and what I'm about. I even have receipts. But with my left hand. Because the C is the right here because it's reversed around. But this is my left hand. My left hand. I can stop pain. You still feel it a little bit, but I can ease it with the left hand. And I don't even have to touch you. Just put my hand over you, and I can pull it out, throw it away. But with my right hand, the hand of God, I can pull that pain right out of you. I won't even be touching you. I'll be about this far away. And you feel me inside you. You feel me spike. You'll feel a spike inside you. And then all of a sudden, there'll be no pain at all. And I will take that pain out of you. And I'll throw it away like it's a bad bit of energy. And I might have to do it again. But I draw it out. This is a very, very... You're born with this one. Unfortunately, you don't learn this one. You have to be born with it. And in my people, not many can do this. That's why they go, ooh, no, the quiet one when they see me do something like that. And it's not dark black magic. It's something I was born with. And over time, I've learned how to use it properly. It's become very strong indeed. The only reason why my partner lived so long, when she was incapacitated with the cancer in the brain, they put you on a box which has morphine or fentanyl in it, and basically puts you into a medical coma. In 5 days' time, you will be dead. So when you see them put that in that box, that's an electronic box, and keeps putting drugs in every certain minute or so, every certain hour. You know that's 5 days. They don't live after that. That's what that box is about. It's a final box. You understand? She lived 3 weeks. It was the Silver Chain nurse, the head nurse, and Kelly herself that asked me to stop. When I stopped, she died. I didn't want her to die. The only reason why she wasn't dying is because she wasn't in pain. And they couldn't understand. So, and now, hey, my cat, meow, meow, Maxwell, meow. Wow, that's a bit of a thing. But yes, I do have a little bit of magic. I can increase that magic and make it even stronger. But I don't want to do that. That becomes evil then. That's when you start being evil. If I'm going to make my magic stronger, I have to be given it. I have to be given a little mark on my left hand. And the women, when you're given the magic from the special people, from the little people, they'll make a mark on your left hand, in between the four fingers, because that's the crossroads of life, between the four winds of life, the four corners of the earth, the four circles of life, four circles, four dimensions of a black hole. You put it in the center. If you get a marking like that in the center, you become very powerful. And if you get a marking like that in the center, which is a burn mark, it's not no Jesus scene, something that happened to me. That burn mark there doesn't go all the way through. That burn mark there. That's in giving something. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but I can understand things that you can't possibly imagine because of that. Now, the little people that give it to you, they don't come into the fire no more. You've heard about stories about little people all around the world. Some are bad, some are good. The story we're told was young. We're told that they're bad. Be careful because they'll drag you away with your child. Don't go playing around there. Harshly, children. Harshly. But not my experience. I can talk to them. They have a tunistic language. Sort of like the whistles of a bird. Or how a man can whistle in a beautiful tune. It's quite good actually. And they're so fast and elusive that you can barely see them. That is why people think they're just nothing but a myth. But I caught one. I caught one. And I could have kept the evidence and shown the government and shown the world that they exist, even though the government sort of knows. I caught one. I caught one in a room. And I teased it because it's been plaguing me, the little bugger. Must have been only a young one. Started trying to bash the window to get itself out. I opened up the door again. It was hiding under my son's bed. And I knew it was there. And not seeing one completely before. Let's put it this way. When I grabbed the bed, lifted it up, and I seen what was there, and it was growling at me, I set myself, and I ran straight out of that room, and slammed the door shut. Because even though I've been told about those things, even though I know about those things, when you actually see one, you shit your pants. I won't lie to you, you shit your pants. Because there's something you're told that's not supposed to exist is right there in the flesh. Okay? And then I said, I will let you go. So I said, I will go into the lounge room, I will shut the door. Open that door and then you can go out through the bathroom window, the way you came in. The little cheeky bugger, because they're cheeky. They're very cheeky. Extremely cheeky. That's why I caught him. Because he was being cheeky. He was running around in the house and knocking on doors and slamming doors. When I'd go searching, there'll be nothing there. So he was being very cheeky. So I placed a trap for him. and I got him. And I let him go. And when I went back into my son's room, I noticed on the window a small little drop of blood where he had been punching it. And there was a small bit of fur or hair. Now I could have collected that. I could have had that as evidence of everything that I am saying right now. But the fact of the matter is who I am, the way I've been taught. I am the last of the Wilgan men. I am responsible for protecting nature. So, I got a little cloth, a little paper cloth. I wiped up the blood. I got the hair. I went to the fireplace in the lounge room and I burnt it. Okay? Because I'm supposed to protect those creatures. I could have kept it. Anyone else would have kept it and been worth millions of dollars. An anthropo is the same as these in here, with billions and billions and billions worth the whole world's money. You don't have enough money in the world to pay for this. Right? There's about 3 Googleplex in the whole world. And the bidding will start at 3. If people don't understand how this really game is playing, those evil men, they're evil men, the leaders. Some of them are led by Satan. Some of them are trying to take Satan's throne themselves. Because man knows it's got his hand on this deal. It knows that we can play God's hand. Because God has given us this responsibility. And Satan has been collecting as these pieces, and there's more on the board. But still evil men run countries. Not all of those people that are evil belong to Satan. They're evil because they're evil. They're just evil men. And there's evil women out there too. Like Oprah Winfrey. I want to have her investigated fully. I want the whole of everyone to start chasing her down. You'll find out she's the slave runner. She's the one responsible for a lot of slaves, that one. The school over there in Africa. A lot of people go missing. A lot of girls go missing from that girls' school. Or busloads. Wonder where they go. Wonder why she hasn't had her name splashed around for the evil that she is. I told you I will keep putting it out. I don't care. Kendrick Lamar's a plant. Oprah Winfrey should be in there with Diddy. And Jay-Z's a drug dealer. And that's not allegedly. This is all true. You'll find out this is true. As simple as that. So I don't care about allegedly. You say, oh, allegedly. No, I'm not saying that for the sake of someone to get away with being what they are. And everyone knows that's what they are. Everyone says it. Everyone says it. Everyone knows it. Everyone thinks it. So why can't I just say it outright? Because it's true. You go and look at the proper information. You get the FBI. The FBI will tell you this bloke, you know what? He's actually been telling you the truth. Jay-Z is a drug dealer. We know this. That's how he's got his little hand over the rich. Diddy had the sex tapes over the rich. Oh, but he wasn't playing ball, so we arrested him. Oprah Winfrey got to be free from that. Oh, she's the one that was serving them the slaves. She's the one that was lining the people up for the drugs. Bringing them all in under the yoke of evil. They play at being evil. Maybe they are connected to a cult. These people like that you should be looking at. All these evil people, Trump's the evil man. He's just a lesser one than the other two that were going to be in charge. People don't like to hear the truth. Right? Anyone at the top? Anyone who's out there as the main star, they are not no Messiah. They are not no Jeebus. They are not no nothing. They are working for the industry. They are part of the industry, and they're part of that evil chain. If you can't see that, then you're blind. Totally blind. A world full of totally wool-blind people. And they will never see the light. Because you're all too busy asking for the storm to be removed. As Satan's got you believing that's how you should pray. That's how your lives are. Terrible. Terrible. A lot of people will not agree with what I say. I don't care. I know I'm telling the truth. I know I'm telling the facts. I don't need to produce any receipts. I will just confront them and tell them exactly what they are. And I will not stand down and be afraid of anyone. Whether it be YouTube or these evil people. I'm not afraid of them. I am the Archangel Michael, the only one you're going to get. I have the receipts in my pocket. I keep telling you people. You really want the Armageddon to come? That's what you want. You want the coming? I can start it off tomorrow if you want. Pick it right off. And in 6 weeks, when 3 billion of you are laying dead, what are you going to do then? Rotting in the street? What do you do then? Want more? Because more will be coming. Because the pest can come from all those dead bodies. And then you'll really suffer. Then there'll be disease, and the COVID, this COVID was only a test. That's a man disease. I'll give you a God one. I'll give you a disease from God. And then you understand what God wants you to start doing. Instead of screwing the world and following Satan and evil men and evil women. You really want the punishment to come? He's begged for it. I want the Jeebus to come. Well, first you've got to have the doom and gloom before you get the Jeebus. You understand? Have you heard of the Book of Enoch? See, people keep quoting me, books. Books are written by men. Men are manipulations. Men can be manipulated. Men can write any bullshit in a book. And you only believe half what you read. I have heard of many books. Of course I've heard of the Book of Enoch, but we'll never ever see the real one. We'll only hear of it, and the ones that you get given out, and the ones that you see, bullshit. Someone's twisted mind. Written by a man, printed by a company. Anyone that sits there in any debate, Jagger was saying we should sit back and have a debate with a whole bunch of religious people. Well, I tell you right now, that would be fun if I was allowed to be sitting on that debate. Because I will shoot every single religious person down in the world. I will rebuke them for their religion and their so-called beliefs. The first thing I will ask is, who are you quoting? What book? When was it printed? And who is the printing company? Because that's your Messiah. You understand? Not one of them can come to me and show me the truth. They can show me what shitty book they got, what version they got, but none of them can defeat me when it comes to talking about God. I know God best. I've always known him best. When the world finds out that I am the Archangel Michael, and I do know God best, and I will tell the religious people that they are false, and then you will know. Maybe this rebuke should come. Because I will rebuke this world 3 times. And if I rebuke this world 3 times, that will be your demise. So maybe the first rebuke should come. And the first rebuke will be against the churches and the way that they teach in God. I rebuke all the churches that believe they follow the path of God. They make money in the name of Jesus. I rebuke your actions. And God rebukes you in your actions by using his name in vain. Let this be the first rebuke. Pray I do not do the other two, for your Armageddon will come. And I am not crazy. I just given the world the first rebuke in the Bible. Until you realize that's what I've just done, you will be blind forever. Lord, it has been done. The first rebuke has been passed. And they do not know what they have done, where they are going to go. But I do. World wants it, well, it's going to get it. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I am the Archangel Michael. The decision is totally up to me when your time will start. But you have just heard the first rebuke. I rebuke all the churches, every single synagogue. Whether you believe in God, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, whatever religion you believe in, I rebuke you in the name of God. And like I said, this is the first rebuke. Do not take this lightly. This has been written, and so it has been done. And so it has been done. Mission for God that I have to do. You want to hope I don't do the next two rebukes. If I have to do them, your Armageddon will come. This is the Archangel Michael who's live, signing off. As you know now, you've just had the first rebuke, world. Take this warning as reality, because it is. Good night and goodbye for now.